guayafetu, guapina apunta, tuma grupo guama, lida y rumule. Navidad que vuelve, tradición del año, unos van cantando, otros van llorando. Navidad que vuelve, tradición del año, unos van cantando, otros van llorando. En las navidades bailemos la punta con el grupo Guama para festejar. En las navidades bailemos la punta con el grupo Guama para festejar. Navidad que vuelve, tradición del año, unos van cantando, otros van llorando. Navidad que vuelve, tradición del año, unos van cantando, otros van llorando. Para toda la gente, feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo. Grupo Guama, Guama, Guama. Navidad que vuelve, Navidad que vuelve, Navidad se va. Un año que viene y otro que se va. Un año que viene y otro que se va. Navidad que vuelve, Navidad que vuelve, Navidad se va. Un año que viene y otro que se va. Un año que viene y otro que se va. Bueno, feliz Navidad y un próspero año de parte del Grupo Guama para toda mi gente. A ver, una bulla, mi gente. Ay, chulu, voy a ti, tu mami, guapina, ayo, puntanito, voy cagata malo. Tuma Grupo Guama, Guama, Guama. Ahí ya llegó la Navidad, vamos a bailar punta, mami, vamos a comer tamales con el Grupo Guama, Guama, Guama. Ay, chulu, voy a ti, tu mami, guapina, ayo, puntanito, voy cagata malo. Tuma Grupo Guama, Guama, Guama. Ahí ya llegó la Navidad, vamos a bailar punta, mami, vamos a comer tamales con el Grupo Guama, Guama.
Todos los beliceños en Belice y el mundo sintonizan el programa número 1, Despierta Belice con Sunny Baiza. Para noticias impactantes, temas candentes, noticias de última hora, invitados especiales y mucho más. Despierta Belice con Sunny Baiza en Power FM, de lunes a viernes, a partir de las 7 de la mañana. Haz valer tu opinión al 673-2324 o envía tu texto al 661-2721 y visita nuestra página web al www.powerfm955belize.com. Inicie su mañana todos los días con Despierta Belice con Sunny Baiza. Despierta Belice con Sunny Baiza y manténgase informado.
Warm home, sweet home, Belize, sweet home, Belize, sweet home, Belize. Warm home, sweet home, Belize. There is not a place so fine.
Una vez más, buenos días, good morning to you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Hey, thank you for choosing Power FM. Son las 7:50 minutos, las 7:50. Estamos en el 95.5 FM. Y gracias una vez más, Orange Walk, gracias Corozal, gracias Belize.
There is not a place so fine.
Good morning to you. Boy TV Nafi. Malopkin. Buenos días, buenos días, buenos días, buenos días. Good morning to you.
Take me back to my old home, Belize, my old home, Belize, old home, Belize. Soon I'll be back in my old home, Belize. There is not a place so fine.
Hoy día ya 15 del mes de diciembre.
Belize,
It's the 15th day of December.
sweet home, Belize.
Man, I'm telling you.
Sweet home, Belize. There is
Y
not
los jamones se encuentran en Gillette Meats. Why I'm telling you. Están los jamones en Gillette Meats. Una vez más, buenos días, good morning to you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It's a beautiful Friday. It's a nice Friday in Orange Walk. Es viernes. Y claro que sí, estamos en lo que es el 95.5. All right, y claro que sí, hoy les vamos a estar recordando que la Navidad no está sin las uvas, manzanas, peras, los dulces navideños, pasteles, okay, los pollos en relleno y los jamones. Yo les quiero decir que esta Navidad hay de todo y habrá de todo, porque siempre nosotros somos un país bendecidos, ¿verdad? Y esa Navidad en Gillette Meats, usted puede conseguir su smoked ham leg, smoked picnic ham, su Fieldstone picnic ham. Y yo les quiero decir, por cada compra que ustedes hagan ahí en lo que es Gillette Meats, ustedes tendrán la oportunidad para ganar jamones navideños. Así es. El 23 de diciembre, les quiero decir que Gillette Meats estará haciendo sus rifas. Por cada compra que usted haga en Gillette Meats, en cada compra, usted conseguirá un boleto para que usted participe en lo que son las rifas de Gillette Meats. Así es que cuando usted vaya a comprar en Gillette Meats, usted llene ese boleto de rifa y usted puede conseguir lo que será el primer premio, un smoked ham leg. Y cuando digo que consigas esa pierna, te estoy diciendo que es más que suficiente. A nice smoked ham leg from Gillette Meats. ¿Ok? El segundo premio será un smoked picnic ham. Y el tercer premio, un Fieldstone picnic ham. Así es que con Gillette Meats, yo les quiero darles esta oportunidad que lleguen y compren en Gillette Meats. Gillette Meats is doing it huge this Christmas. This Christmas, for every purchase at Gillette Meats, you have the opportunity to win. Win, win, win. First prize is a smoked ham leg. Second prize is a smoked picnic ham. And the third prize is a Fieldstone picnic ham. And for every purchase, you get a chance to win a delicious Christmas ham at Gillette Meats. During And the drying date will be on December the 23rd, el sabadito. El sabadito 23. A donde ustedes van a poder conseguir la oportunidad de ganar un jamón, 2 jamones, 3 jamones en Gillette Meats. Gillette Meats wishes our customers a season that is merry and bright with light of God's love. Merry Christmas, de Gillette Meats. Gillette Meats está en San Antonio Road y ustedes pueden estar consiguiendo lo que ustedes necesitan para esa comida en Gillette Meats. Así es que no digan que no les dije. All right? No esperen que nadie les esté diciendo. Ustedes vayan a lo que es Gillette Meats. Son las 7:56 y hablando de Gillette Meats, para que ustedes puedan hervir ese jamón y hornear ese jamón, ustedes necesitan las estufas. Y las estufas se encuentran en lo que es SP. En SP ustedes tienen la oportunidad de estar comprando y ganando refrigeradores, estufas, y estar ganando muchos premios en SP. También SP tiene las marcas Mave, las estufas que necesitan. Las ollas están en SP. Ustedes búsquenlo en SP. Y ustedes van a querer ese pollo para hacer ese rellenazo. También ustedes pueden ir en Carlos & Sons Poultry a conseguir ese pollo, carne molida y mucho más. Ahí en Carlos & Sons Poultry quieren ese pastel. You want to do that cake. Man, you need one. What I'm telling you, it's this Christmas. And this Christmas, it's huge. This Christmas. Y para que ustedes tengan el juego que necesita esa estufa, for you to get that fire, man, you know, I always can. I thought butane was butane, you know. Siempre pensé que gas butano es gas butano y siempre pensaba que todo era como es. Pero en Belize Gas Company Limited, yo les quiero decir que el gas butano, el servicio y la honestidad, que es el orgullo y la prioridad de Belize Gas Company Limited, siempre está en número 1. Belize Gas Company Limited les recuerda que por favor no esperen hasta la última hora. Don't wait till last minute. Call now and fill your tank. All right? Top up your tank if you have to top up your tank. Because the baking when they happen. Tú no sabes a qué horas van a golpear tu puerta y te van a llevarte un jamón. Tú no sabes a qué horas van a golpear tu puerta y llevarte un pollo para que hagas tu rellenazo. Y vas a querer gas. Vas a querer el gas. El gas de Belize Gas Company Limited. Y en Belize Gas Company Limited, cada compra que tú hagas, tu recibo automáticamente se vuelve un boleto para rifa. Every time you buy at Belize Gas Company, your ticket, your invoice, your receipt automatically turns to be a winning ticket. It can be a ticket that you can win, and you can win butane at Belize Gas Company Limited, porque con Belize Gas, honestidad es nuestra prioridad y nuestro orgullo en Belize Gas Limited. Belize Gas Limited le informa al público que estarán laborando hasta el 23 de lo que es diciembre, el sábado 23. ¿Ok? El domingo 24, Belize Gas no estará laborando. On the 24th, on Sunday the 24th of December, Belize Gas will not be working. They will be closed. All right? So on the 23rd, which is Saturday, you have whole next week until next week Saturday that you could order your butane. Do not wait for last minute. Ok, la gente, todos, el último minuto, todos quieren pedir su gas. Y recuerden que Belize Gas labora de las 7 de la mañana hasta las 5:30 de la tarde, y por ahí de las 3 es injusto que llamen a los muchachos para llevar su gas botano. Así es que pidan su gas botano hoy. Get your gas today. ¿Ok? Y si ustedes no quieren cocinar, if you don't want to eat, you don't want to cook, I want to tell you that you can go to Ocean Prime, porque Ocean Prime estará teniendo lo especial esta Navidad para ti. So family and friends, visitors, be assured that this Christmas you will be safe in Orange Walk, because Ocean Prime will be working on the 23rd. But a Friday, we have a special. Marcos, what I mean is special for this Christmas? Who will we have at Ocean Prime this Christmas? Because a secret, this money I like with a secret thing. Miss B, Manning, Sugar City. Okay, they pay in Sanito's voice, but I'm telling you, we have to collect. All right, Miss B? No, but honestly, we want to tell the people, because I know I want to get me a little piece of cake. I got some neighbors, Miss B. I got 2 neighbors. And I don't tell their neighbor. The other day, I tell them, the day on the move from this neighborhood, I tell my wife, I want to pack up my bag and I'm going. Because they got me back. They got me back, Miss B, when I see some beans and some okra, they fly over the fence, some penchuk, they fly over the fence, tamales, they fly over the fence, some potato pong, they fly over the fence, and that's how we work here, Miss B. It's a wonderful neighborhood. Still got the old days. We still have the old days tradition. Lone men from the 70s. Okay, the 70s tradition is still in us. And we want to teach our kids to be the same. Juana K, good morning to you, Miss B. Once again, blessings to Doctora. We send our love, our greetings always. And may the warmness of this Christmas warm you up in the cold Christmas days, December days in Florida. Milo and Lete Jimenez, buenos días, good morning to you. Alexito Chan, buenos días, Mr. Sani, bendiciones, feliz día. Diosito lo bendiga siempre. Porfa, salúdame a mi linda, hermosa esposa, Miss Ursi Chan, de parte de su esposo, Alex Chan, el tortillero. And if you want to make barbecue, if you want to do no barbecue this Christmas, and don't need no flour tortilla, you gotta call Alex Chan. All right? Hay que llamar a Alex Chan para su flour tortilla. I know we at last minute, No hagan lo que yo le hago a pobre Alex. Yo llamo a pobre Alex casi como 12 y le digo, Alex, quiero $5 tortilla. ¡Ay, Mr. Sunny! Ya se acabó la tortilla. Pero solo porque es usted, Mr. Sunny, le voy a pedir a Miss Ursi que prepare tortilla para usted. All right? Y para llamar a Alex Chan, llámelo al 655-6602. 655-6602. Llamen a nadie más que a Alex Chan y a Miss Ursi para esas tortillas. All right? So wonderful tortillas. All right, Irena Carrillo Min, good morning to you. What long time is Miss Min, long time. Estelita Valdés, buenos días. Ahí la familia Cocome en el Benque. Yadira Bustillos, good morning. Ahí para Panchito Madrid. Thank you. Good morning to you. I'm telling you, it happened, Miss Irena. You know, the love that Christmas brings, you know, the center of Christmas, you know, it has turned commercial. You know, people look at things that we have. You know, yesterday, Prime Minister John Briceño and our Mayor Ladrick Shepherd were there to inaugurate a new shop in Orange Walk. You know, and that's a Cellular World. Cellular World now is in Orange Walk. I'm so happy that Cellular World is here because we get some good deals. And I want to tell you, nobody beat the prices of Cellular World. Nobody. Those prices that Cellular World have are, man, prices that will blow you away. Así es que si ustedes están buscando también regalos, busquen a Cellular World, que son auténticos, dan un año de garantía. Ellos son la gente de Samsung phones. 1 year guarantee. All right, dice Miss Serena, what? We're right here in Corozal. You did a Corozal? All right. So he said, Miss Serena says she's right in Corozal. And I hope that you got a, what shall I tell you? Lemonade. Lemonade and yellow cake. You know, once again, me the lemonade and me yellow cake, I have to ask Mr. Luis if they bottle up this year, and even check with Mr. Luis Cuello yet if do you know that Orange Walk has lemonade? The lemonade tradition continues, and we have lemonade, you know. Orange Walk, the Cuellos, the L&R bought over the Chevan's Bottling Company, and we get over lemonade. A tradition that Cuello believed that should have always continued in Belize. So they are the bottlers of lemonade, and it comes in different flavors. Así es que la limonada y pastel, all right, the yellow cake. And in Orange Walk, there are several people who do yellow cakes, nice yellow cakes. But I will tell you this, I miss my sister's cake. I know I lie you, I miss my cake. You know, my sister, her special ingredients of love, of brotherly love that she puts on that cake, I think makes a difference. You know, I love when I used to taste her cakes. Es tradición. And I really miss it, you know. I miss her a lot. You know, and I always tell her sometimes, I tell her, man, come close to us. Come close to home, because, man, we miss the cake. I miss the, you know, my mom always, when we were kids, you know, and my mom used to go to the States. My mom used to travel to America and work 6 months and come back and go back again and come back and go back again. You know, she couldn't stay too long because the love of her 6 kids were like a strong magnet that bring her back to Belize. You know, and my sister played a big role in our lives of being a mom, and my brother played the role of a father to us. You know, we have a strong bond, and we always want to share that, you know, and that's life. And that's life. So get your butane. Get your butane. Get your butane at Belize Gas Company Limited. Get your stove, the SP. Get your chicken, the Carlos and Sons poultry or grind meat for this relleno. Go to how in name the Janet Meats. Get your ham. Go to Chell. Cook Chell there right there. The Kanaya by BTL in Orange Walk, where the basketball, the Line Maculata basketball court is. Cook Chell is always there every Christmas. They sell apples, grapes, pears at cheap price. You know, you always have the best prices. Nobody beats Cook Chell price. Así que si quieren sus manzanas, uvas, peras, busquen a Chel, Cook Chel, que siempre se pone allá afuera para hacer las ventas, you know. And that's wonderful for this Christmas, you know. We want to tell everybody that, you know, that the reason for this Christmas is to remember the birth of that man. That man from Galilee, Jesus. Jesus is the center of Christmas. And we don't lose that, okay, make we not lose that focus on Jesus, because he is the man. Jesus is the reason. Jesus is why it happens. Así es que eso lo vamos a estar siempre y siempre y siempre recordando cada vez. You know, and as we talk about love and peace and all of the things that are happening, you know, I know that many of us are not studying and following the Guyana situation. You know, there's a serious issue going on, peace talks in Guyana and Venezuela. And I just want to see that yesterday there was a very powerful meeting, a joint declaration between Guyana and Venezuela. Okay, Venezuela agrees not to threaten or use force against Guyana, and Guyana agreed not to threaten or use force against each other. It was a very powerful moment yesterday, a moment of peace, a moment because Venezuela is claiming a huge portion of land from the Essequibo River. You know, in Guyana, there's a river that runs in the middle of Guyana, and we call it the Essequibo River. And I just want to share to you that the Essequibo River, to the portion to Venezuela, they are claiming for that portion of land. And it was very, very serious. You know, it's a very serious situation going on. Matter of fact, Venezuela had a referendum, and the people of Venezuela requested that they take over from Venezuela to the Essequibo River, because they found a lot of oil. Venezuela is pumping a lot of oil right now, and it is changing. Sorry, Guyana found a lot of oil, and it is changing that small nation. It is changing that country. The amount of oil, petroleum that they found, y ese es algo que es importante. Ese es algo que nosotros queremos decir esta mañana. And definitely we are looking to see how that will work. All right, so vamos a estar nosotros siguiendo eso también. It's a very, very serious, sensitive issue. A war could have escalated easily. A war in the Caribbean, a war in CARICOM, a war in our neighborhood could have happened. And Belize, as a part of the CARICOM, Caribbean countries, I believe that Belize would have to respond. We are friends with Venezuela, And we want to say a big thank you to Brazil. Brazil play a major role as well. Brazil really played a major role in what happened yesterday in Venezuela. I think it was in St. Vincent. Yeah, they had their talks some serious talks in St. Vincent, and it was amazing of what happened. We have some news that maybe we can share with you. Tenemos un poco de información que tal vez nosotros podemos compartir, porque es importante que Belize también sepa qué es lo que está pasando. It's very important for us in Belize to know what's happening. Remember that the situation with Venezuela and Guyana is before the ICJ, the International Court of Justice. And Belize and Guatemala are before the ICJ as well. Y Belize y Guatemala también se encuentran en frente del ICJ, a donde esperamos el juicio. And Venezuela, being a bigger country than Guyana, are threatening to invade. And they're saying that they don't care what the ICJ rules. It makes us think. Y los pone a pensar. What about the big bad Guatemala? What if the ICJ rules in favor of Belize? Will they too disrespect the decision of the ICJ? Estas son cosas que nosotros como un país, debemos que estar viendo y aprendiendo de lo que está pasando en Guyana, desde el río Essequibo hasta lo que es Venezuela. No tengo yo todo el conocimiento. We don't have all the knowledge what's going on. But yes, we do know that Venezuela is threatening. There was a treaty in the late 1800s. And Guyana is very strong with that situation. But they have a very good president, very eloquent, very intelligent. I was listening to the president of Guyana, and definitely Guyana is showing a lot. De veras que están mostrando bastante el país de lo que es Guyana. They're really showing all that they have. And we here at Power FM looking at it very, very closely. Very, very closely on what is happening. I'm trying to pick up the link so that we can share with you what is happening in
counterpart Irfan Ali have begun
country. So vamos a ver qué
talks
está
in the
pasando
Caribbean
en Guyana.
aimed at easing tensions over Caracas's claims on Guyana's oil-rich Essequibo region. Essequibo has a total area of around 160,000 square kilometers. It's about the size of Greece, and it makes up 2/3 of Guyana's territory. Gas and oil have been recently discovered there.
Getting ready for another busy day at the market in Guyana's capital, Georgetown. Chandrauti Alfred sells fruit from Essequibo, a resource-rich part of Guyana that Venezuela claimed ownership of earlier this month.
I'm scared because that is my living. Essequibo is we live in. Because without Essequibo, we cannot make it.
It is a worry that many here share, and that some say is already impacting their business.
From the time I know myself, I know Essequibo belongs to us. We just hoping to this thing settle as fast as possible, because basically, if you see the Christmas mood, it is very slow. This is not the mood we normally have in Guyana.
Venezuela has long laid claim to Essequibo, refusing to accept the border drawn by an international tribunal of arbitration in 1899. In 2015, the decades-old dispute flared up again after major oil deposits were discovered off the coast of Essequibo. Venezuela's most recent claims yet another provocation.
So Venezuela is claiming all of this.
2/3 of the country. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro is not wasting any time. Last week, he ordered the state's oil companies to issue oil extraction licenses. An attempt to distract from Maduro's own troubles at home, says Guyana's foreign minister.
This is a low-hanging fruit for Venezuela. If you go back several decades, the entire Venezuelan nation, as a nation state, they support their quest for the Essequibo. Whether it's the opposition parties, they teach this from cradle to grave. So it's something that they rally around. This is a rallying point for them. And it's really about bringing everyone closer to the flag. We want to continue with good neighborly relations. And instability between two countries can affect the stability of the entire region. So we're taking it very seriously.
The dispute is now before the International Court of Justice, which has ordered Venezuela to refrain from taking any action in the region.
I would expect, and of course the presidents themselves may have other goals, that they would try to do the people of the region a favor and ensure that violence and wars in excess of what we currently experience are spared.
Caught in the middle, the locals here in Guyana hope those calls for peace will be heard.
A report from DW's Latin America correspondent Nicole Reese, who joins us now from the capital of Guyana, Georgetown. Welcome, Nicole. Does anyone really expect an agreement to come out of these talks?
Well, expectations for an actual agreement are a bit low as both countries, both leaders maintain their position. I think today is rather about de-escalating the situation. After all, these talks are also happening after pressure from neighboring Brazil. President Lula is very worried about a huge conflict in the region. But the positions of both President Maduro and President Ali maintain themselves. President Ali, for example, has said time and again that Guyana is not going to discuss any border controversy today. The foreign minister, when I talked to him, though, said that there is room for other talks, for example, about security, cross-border crime, migration, also the environment. So they're open to that, but they're not going to touch on the other issue. And President Maduro, on his side, obviously, he wants his part of the cake. He wants the Essequibo region. He's already claimed that it is now Venezuela after the referendum. And just yesterday, the country has also announced its budget for 2024. And this, for the first time, actually officially includes money to defend the Essequibo region. That's $20,500 million. So that's yet another provocation. We don't know what his goal is there exactly, but he's obviously whipping up votes back home because he's heading into elections next year. And he's also keeping a very keen eye on these crude oil resources that Guyana holds. He actually said it just 2 days ago. He's very interested in talks with the extracting companies on site here in Guyana. But whether this is going to happen is very doubtful at the moment. What we know so far from this meeting, though, is that both leaders are coming in a peaceful spirit. So they both mentioned that they want peace in the region and stability.
OK, thanks for that, Nicole. Nicole Reese in Georgetown, Guyana.
Okay, that's some of the stuff that we're learning, and to get an idea, for us to get an idea what is going on in the Essequibo area, and definitely that calls about two-thirds of Guyana. So Venezuela is claiming two-thirds of Guyana, and then you have Guatemala is claiming more than half the Belize. Okay, they're claiming the bigger portion of Belize. We are facing the same situation as the people in Guyana. And the way how I look at this, honestly, I look at it at a level that the people of Guyana are similar to us in Belize. Their lifestyle, the way how they do things is similar. Similar to us in the country of Belize. So we want to learn more about Guyana. Okay, we want to know more about Guyana. This is Guyana's lifestyle.
Airstrip.
At the airstrip.
Yeah.
Because the airplane's leaving at 11.
Departure time 11.
This is
Well, I don't mind. I am not a politician or a politics. If it's Venezuela or Guyana, it's not my problem. Because through the government, I don't get free food, free nothing. I still have to buy from Venezuela. I still have to buy from Guyana. So if it's controlled by Guyana or by Venezuela, I still have to maintain my family, work and maintain.
Aquí todo entra, el combustible, la comida, las medicinas, toda la ropa, todo entra por el río o por la pica. Si cierran eso, nos están... A todo el que vive aquí, indiferentemente de que sea guyanés, venezolano, brasilero.
At the end of the day, we want a good relationship with our neighbor. We don't want a war. We come for the war.
So they show know how life is in Guyana. ¿Verdad? Las cosas de Guyana, cómo se ven, cómo Guyana es similar a lo que es en muchas cosas este país de Belize. How in similarity we have to do a lot as how Guyana is and Belize. But let us be mindful and let us be careful. Okay, and let us pray for peace in both sides. The lady said she no care. She no care that who take it, said, because nobody give she nothing. She go buy the Guyana, and she buy the Venezuela. So it need matter to she. You know, that's how people are. But let us be mindful. Let us be mindful that Belize is almost in the same situation. Right now we got problems with the Keys, Honduras and Belize. And Guatemala wanted to also be a part of it, but then I think they both push him out, and we are waiting to see what's happening. Pero son ya las 8:30. Vamos a hacer el pronóstico del tiempo gracias a nuestros patrocinadores Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors. Old Master, the spirits of Belize.
Well, this about the Old Master Gold Rum. The rum that hold the crown. The rum that run the town. Get it while I sing along. What's this? Some gold rum come to town, well master lick them down. Some gold rum come around, well master stand a ground. Some gold rum fake the form, well master climb the home. When parties start to mob, well master gold around. When the people having fun, well master gold around. When having a barbecue, well master gold for you. When having a picnic, well master gold for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, well master gold lily. Some gold rum come to town, well master holy crown. Some gold rum come to town, well master holy crown. Some gold rum come to town, well master holy crown. Some gold rum come to town, the number one rum in town. Some gold rum come to town, well master lick them down. Some gold rum come around, well master stand a ground. Some gold rum fake the form, well master climb the home. When parties start to bump, well master gold around. When the people having fun, well master gold around. When having a barbecue, well master gold for you. When having a picnic, well master gold for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, well master gold lily. Some gold rum come to town, well master holy crown. Some gold rum come to town, well master holy crown. Some gold rum come to town, well master holy crown. Some gold rum come to town, the number one rum in town.
Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors. Old Master, the spirits of Belize. At this time, we join the National Met Service of Belize for today's weather report for today, December the 15th, 2023, as of 6 o'clock this morning. We join forecaster Tariq Matthews at the National Met Service of Belize. Good morning to you, Mr. Matthews. Buenos días.
De lunes a viernes, a partir de las 7 de la mañana. Haz valer tu opinión al 673-2324.
Forecast. Cloudy with a few sunny breaks today and cloudy at times tonight. A few showers and some periods of light rain will affect mostly northern and central coastal areas this morning, inland areas this afternoon, then mainly the coast and offshore late tonight. The maximum temperatures for today will range from 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 86 inland, and 73 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 73 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 70 inland, and 62 up in the hills. The winds will be from the north-northeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea conditions will be moderate. A low tide will occur this morning at 12 past 6, a high tide this afternoon at 12:28, another low tide this evening at 8 past 5, and another high tide tonight at 11:25. The sun rose this morning at 6:15 and will set this evening at 20 past 5. The moon will rise this morning at 8:57 and will set tonight at 16 past 8. In the sargassum forecast, chances of sargassums are expected to remain low, with impacts being minimal during the next few days. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night, skies will be partly cloudy to cloudy. Showers will be generally isolated. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize Weather Bureau.
Thank you so much, dear forecaster, Mr. Tariq Matthews, for this morning's weather report. And thank you to the National Met Service of Belize for today's report, December the 15th, 2023, as of 6 o'clock this morning. And thank you to our sponsors, Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors, Old Master, the spirits of Belize.
Well, this about the old master gold rum. The rum that hold the crown. The rum that run the town. Get it while I sing along. What's this? Some gold rum come to town, well master lick them down. Some gold rum come around, well master stand a ground. Some gold rum fake the form, well master climb the home. When parties start to bump, well master gold around. When the people having fun, well master gold around. When having a barbecue, well master gold for you. When having a picnic, well master gold for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, old master gold lily. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, the number one rum in town. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master lick them down. Some gold rum come around, old master stand in drum. Some gold rum fade the form, old master climb the home. When parties start to bump, old master pull around. When the people having fun, old master pull around. When having a barbecue, old master goal for you. When having a picnic, old master goal for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, old master goal it. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, the number one rum in town.
Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors. Old Master, the spirits of Belize. Cuando son ya en este momento las 8:36 it's E36 in studios. And we gotta say once again, good morning to you. Buenos dias, Buiti Binafi. And this morning's time check has been brought to you through the courtesy of the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing and the Honorable Julius Espat.
Over the past 3 years, the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing has dedicated much of its attention to areas of the country which have been ignored for many years, particularly our rural communities. While our commitment to the upgrading and maintenance of our country's infrastructure has remained absolute, there was another critical pillar of Plan Belize which had received no attention for over a decade: affordable housing for our people. After rebuilding a Ministry of Housing which had been defunct for over a decade, the MIDH commenced its starter home pilot project, delivering solid concrete one-bedroom houses to Belizeans across the country. The concept is to provide safe, stable shelter to individuals who would not otherwise be able to access a traditional mortgage or build their own homes. And while the demand remains overwhelming, the project has been a success.
I can't express it. Words, I don't have at the moment, but feeling, I'm very grateful. I've been paying rent in Belmopan for the past 15 years. And it's not small rent because it's me and my children. So this, start a home, guys, you don't know what you have done for me.
This is like a push for me, right? Because coming from nothing and having something makes your heart want to cry. I wanted to cry, there's no smile left the door, right? I didn't want to see the whole world see me crying.
It's a dream come true. I mean, I worked at a bank. I assisted people getting mortgages and I didn't qualify to get a home of my own. I wanted to get a mortgage to better my life for my children, but I wasn't able to. So I see this as a big opportunity, especially for single mothers, to be able to own their own home and eventually expand. It's unbelievable. I'm so grateful.
To date, the MIDH has handed over hundreds of starter homes and has officially opened its first housing community at Blackberry Ridge Estates. Currently, there are homes being constructed for many more successful and deserving applicants, and the MIDH continues to lobby for increased financing for the housing component of the ministry. The ministry will continue to work for the people of Belize and will continue to provide opportunities through housing to those who need it. We are delivering on Plan Belize.
Delivering on Plan Belize. Cuando son las 8:40, las 8:40. And the tax, serious things, Guyana, Arturo Peña. Good morning, Sonny. Want to put some of La Mañana Okay, then Ms. Barbara said, okay, then that's an issue. Suppose our military has to face Guatemala, and we worried about politics. No, Ms. B, I think no. Why the small country of Guyana compared to Venezuela is not afraid? It's because of international laws. It's because of the things that happen. The United Nations, their laws, and not because you're big and bad. You know, you could be big and bad, but when the police come for you, the police, they come. You know, it doesn't matter how big and bad you are, but when the police is coming, the police, they come. And that, I believe, is the same with these issues with countries. Venezuela might be a bigger country, plenty more populated, bigger army, more resources maybe than Guyana. But Guyana is not afraid, Guyana is not scared, because they have the conventions that they have signed, the agreements that they are a part of with the United Nations and other countries. They were very grateful for Brazil. Brazil played a very structural role yesterday. Brasil ayudó bastante ayer. You know, y estas son las cosas que pasan, pero vamos a estar aprendiendo más y dar conociendo más de lo que es el país de Guyana, el país hermano de lo que es caribeño. Okay, this is Guyana.
On Saturday last, the Region 2 Regional Democratic Council hosted a public engagement on the Guyana-Venezuela border controversy at Anna Regina Car Park in Essequibo. Community Talks was on hand, and we sought the views of some of the residents who attended.
Essequibo belongs to Guyana? It belongs to Guyana. We Guyanese born and grew and know it belongs to us. And we are proud of that. And we are here to support that today. So, Venezuela, you gotta go. We are proud to be Guyanese and Essequibians.
I'm from Carol. And I believe Essequibo is here.
I am Mr. Hendricks, graduate head teacher from St. Monica's Primary School in the Pomeroon, very far, about 45 miles up the Pomeroon River. I believe that this controversy between Guyana and Venezuela can be resolved, and Essequibo belongs to us. And we have to send a strong message to Venezuela that definitely Essequibo belongs to us. And I know for sure that there's not going to be a war or anything of that sort. Venezuela is going to accept that it belongs to us.
How you feel about this? You think Essequibo belongs to Guyana?
All the time, over 100 and something years now. Since we're going to school, North School, primary school, into secondary school. Teacher always tell me, he's there on the map too. Essequibo belongs to we. It's we all. I found Essequibo is we one.
Essequibo is we all. Yes, Essequibo belongs to Guyana.
How long you know that?
Long ago. Not a blade of grass, not a chorus.
This is Essequibo. This is our own. Guyana belongs to Essequibo.
I am from Essequibo. Essequibo belongs to Guyana.
You believe that Guyana
Yes, yes.
And what you would tell persons who might be a little frightened about December 3rd?
I'm not frightened. I'll start up and fight for the place. Where you want,
you think the Essequibo belongs to Venezuela?
No.
Why?
Man, well, you know. But since the band and the old man, all of them, I win the Essequibo. I win his old man.
What village you from? Okay. And how long have you been, since you've been in Againi, since you're born? Have you ever heard Essequibo belonging to Venezuela or anything of the sort? And what do you think about this?
Well, we have to hold on that because region 2, region 1 is ours.
So tell me, what do you think about this Venezuela Guyana thing with Essequibo?
Venezuela no get no right for the cover of your own land. Essequibo is belong to Guyana for the many sacrifices where people make it every day for get this land so beautiful and comfortable. Essequibo is belong to Guyana. One love.
Essequibo is real.
Yeah, I am a born Guyanese. My footprints just come Guyana. Essequibo, hey, Venezuela can never get no land. Not a blade of grass.
Essequibo is we own. We're not giving up. Not a blade of grass, even to the chorus. We're here. We need support. And we are not fear. We are not scared. We have faith. We will get it. Essequibo is ours. It belongs to Guyana.
So you from Essequibo?
Yes.
Venezuela wanted to take it. What you got to say?
Well, we are going to fight for Essequibo. We go fight for Essequibo. Essequibo is ours. We born and grow Essequibo. His grandmother, my grandfather, everybody born and grow Essequibo. Essequibo is real.
Somebody coming and take Essequibo from us. Guyana is ours. Essequibo is definitely mine and all the people in here.
Essequibo belongs to Guyana. We are one.
You think Guyanese have a right to Essequibo?
Yes, Guyanese got a right to Essequibo. Because I born in the 1974, right? And I hear that Essequibo belongs to Guyanese. And now we just start in life as a woman now with my husband and my children. Then we just start like to enjoy life. And this one going to happen. No, we cannot take that.
Vice President Dr. Barjagdio delivered a passionate address to the thousands who attended Sunday's public engagement on the Guyana-Venezuela border controversy. From the views shared, it is clear that it was well received. Guyanese are united in their stance that the Essequibo belongs to Guyana, and the overwhelming turnout is yet another demonstration. Join us next time as we continue our journey through various communities, amplifying voices that shape our collective narrative on Community Talk.
Pero mientras esto pasa en Guyana, while this is going on in Guyana, I just want to say that Venezuela is preparing to threat. And this is what is going on in Venezuela at this time. Y eso es lo que está pasando en Venezuela en estos momentos.
Nearly 21 million Venezuelans are eligible to vote in Sunday's referendum. Despite calls from Guyana and the International Criminal Court to halt it, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said those attempts would fail.
And Venezuela has made its decision that on December 3 it will decide about the Essequibo Guyana in a sovereign manner, in a popular manner, by voting peacefully in the consultative referendum.
The disputed region is over 60,000 square kilometers west of the Essequibo River. 1.5 million people live in the disputed region, which makes up around 60% of Guyana's territory. Venezuela says its claim to the land dates back to treaties signed in the 15th century. Then, in 1899, the land in question was granted to the British Empire by a Paris-based arbitration court, a decision Venezuelan officials have rejected for decades and view as a threat to their national sovereignty.
Guyana has always aspired to destroy Venezuela in order to grab some of the largest world reserves of oil, gold and gas. The growing presence of the United States Southern Command and the frequent joint military exercises with the government of Guyana, along with hostile declarations aimed at threatening Venezuela, are public knowledge.
Apart from Venezuelans voting on whether the territory should be annexed, their vote would also decide whether those living in the disputed region would be granted citizenship. Michael Williams, an indigenous peoples community leader in the Essequibo region, is concerned for the fate of his community.
I will tell you the truth, nobody, indigenous people, are not prepared for any takeover. Nobody has informed us actually. Now it is being put on the table by us here as leaders trying to inform our people of the dangers that is above us at the moment.
Political analysts in Venezuela say the country's claim over the region is bringing the government and opposition together in an unprecedented show of unity. Albay Dehito, TRT World.
We know these are the things that are happening in Guyana and Venezuela, but it is because of the oil. They have found oil in Venezuela, in Guyana, in the Essequibo region, and now they're saying that they want that. Okay, es lo que está pasando en este momento.
Now let's turn our attention to South America, where an oil war is bubbling between two hostile neighbors, Venezuela and Guyana. Tensions are on the rise, mostly thanks to this man, Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela. He wants to take over a part of Guyana, in fact, 2/3 of the country. I'll repeat that for you. Maduro wants control over 2/3 of his country's neighbor. And we get that it is Christmas season, but this is a very big ask. Obviously, Guyana does not agree. And now Brazil has deployed troops along the border, so things are heating up here. To understand this story, we must know a bit of their history. Let me show you a map. This is Essequibo, the territory in question. This is what Maduro wants. In size, it is larger than Greece. In substance, it is deeply important. For over a century, Essequibo has been part of Guyana, but Venezuela has long disputed this. They say Essequibo was stolen from them. Their border was drawn more than a century ago, and Essequibo was wrongly given to Guyana. Guess who drew this disputed border? Who else but the British? It's their unique gift to the world, contentious borders that lead to wars. So Venezuela has been upset for decades, and they've sought control of Essequibo. But in 2015, their effort became more urgent. That's when oil was discovered off the coast of Essequibo. So now this region is not just contentious, it is also oil-rich. And Venezuela wants it even more. And Guyana won't let go. Their wealth is mostly based on oil production and exports. Oil has made Guyana one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Do you know what their GDP growth was last year? 62%. 62% GDP growth in 1 year, the highest in the world. So Guyana is doing really well. Its neighbor, on the other hand, is struggling. That's Venezuela. Now, interestingly, Venezuela is also oil-rich. It is home to the world's largest oil reserves, in fact. But over time, oil production has seen a drastic decline there, thanks to American sanctions and mismanagement. Now, hyperinflation is rampant, and the country is in the middle of an economic crisis. It desperately needs a magic potion. And it's hoping that that potion is Guyana's oil. So last weekend, Venezuela held a referendum to claim rights over Essequibo. People were asked to vote, but they did not show up. The voter turnout was only 10%. And what was the verdict? 95% of them approved the referendum. They said Venezuela should take over this part of Guyana, two-thirds of Guyana. And Maduro is wasting no time. He has ordered the state oil company to look for oil in Essequibo. He's told energy companies there to leave within 3 months. He plans to pass a bill to make the area part of his country and to grant Venezuelan citizenship to the people there. All of this has unsettled Guyana.
This is a direct threat to Guyana's territorial integrity, sovereignty, and political independence. Guyana views this as an imminent threat to its territorial integrity and will intensify precautionary measures to safeguard its territory.
Guyana is on the edge. Its defense forces are on alert. It has asked the United Nations Security Council to intervene. Meanwhile, Brazil has deployed troops on its border with Guyana and Venezuela. And where there is a problem, there is America. The U.S. has issued stern comments.
We would urge Venezuela and Guyana to continue to seek a peaceful resolution of their dispute. This is not something that will be settled by a referendum.
Reports say the U.S. is backing Guyana. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has expressed support, both verbally and militarily. America has announced air exercises with Guyana. Meanwhile, Venezuela is moving fast. So is this the making of another war? At this point, it seems unlikely. Venezuela is in no position to fight a war. Maduro's actions are still largely symbolic. Less about oil and more about politics. Under Maduro's rule, Venezuela has continued its steady descent into economic collapse and political chaos. They're also heading into a presidential election next year. So Maduro needs a distraction, and Essequibo is just that, a distraction. Only time will tell if playing troublemaker pays off for him.
Well, that almost really happened. Es lo que está pasando en este momento y quisiera que ustedes allá afuera también se enteren de lo que está pasando. And I am sharing this because it's the Christmas season. And these people there are in serious tension. All right? Serious tensions. And definitely peace. Peace is the thing for this season. Paz, la paz. And let us not take away our eyes from what's going on and our ears from listening of what's going on, because Belize and Guatemala is almost in the same position. Así es que vamos a estar viendo qué es lo que va a pasar. Pero son las 8:59 minutos, las 8:59 minutos, y nosotros vamos a estar siguiendo esto muy cerca. It's a serious issue, you know, Belize. Es algo bien serio. The big bad Venezuela, stronger, more populated, more wealthy. The poor, but they're wealthier than many of us. All right? Dicen que están pobres, pero hay más riqueza que Belice. And that is how things are. Guyana GDP growth was 62% in 1 year. Man, just amazing how things are changing in Guyana. And I want to hear them growth to Belize. I want to hear that Belize is growing fast and changes are happening in Belize. Estas son cosas que son interesantes, importantes para nosotros. Pero son las 9 de la mañana. It's 9 o'clock. I want to say good morning to you once again. Ana Serrano, muchas gracias. Marcos Carrillo, thank you so much, Marcos. Thank you, Ms. Barbara McLaughlin. As usual, behind most conflicts lurks the British. I like that one. The British do that line. Boy, I am telling you how serious these things are serious. The British can't make we cross, go and come. The British, you knock down one man, you can't pick out. The British, that for their law, is the British law that still lingers in the country of Belize. Pero con esto, le doy las gracias. I want to thank you for the little bit of knowledge that we learned what is happening between Venezuela and Guyana. Esta mañana les quiero darle las gracias por dar un poco de conocimiento que estamos aprendiendo en el conflicto entre Venezuela y Guyana. Y les quiero decir que Belice no está muy lejos de lo mismo. Okay? We look forward for peace, and more peace. Con esto yo les doy las gracias por estar con nosotros y estaré con ustedes el lunes en otro segmento de Despierta Belice.
Desde los cañaverales de la capital azucarera, transmite la radio número 1, Power FM, el 95.5. Sintonízanos y mantente informado de los hechos y acontecimientos en Belice. Power FM, para lo último noticias y lo más reciente del mundo de la música.